My name is Chuck, and I'm a libertarian. I was an independent for many, many years. First off, I'd like to give a thank you to Brandon Straka for starting this WalkAway movement campaign. I think it's just a wonderful idea, a wonderful thing. I'm glad to see he got the ball rolling and it's really taken off. I'm glad to see people that are coming to their senses and having their own mind and walking away from the progressive / liberal / Marxist mindset that the Democratic Party has adopted. First off, I want to tell you, I was raised a Democrat. My grandfather, he was either president or vice president of a local steelworkers union. And we were raised Democrats. Nearly everyone in my family voted Democrat. And I was a Democrat for many years. When I was in my 20s and started having a family, raising kids and things like that, that's when I became an independent. Because, I had seen the Democratic Party, just, how they embraced, abortion and things like that. I saw how they were really just latching on to things that were against my own personal beliefs and family values and things. So I became an independent. Now my walkaway moment happened right after, I'd say, during the term of Barack Obama's second term as president. Barack Obama was president and he was a Democrat. Therefore, he was the leader of the Democratic Party. And whenever I saw all the racial nonsense get stirred up and seen all that trouble come about, which I hadn't seen in 40 years. In the late 60s and early 70s, I remember a lot of racial nonsense. But that stuff got resolved. Civil rights and things, all like that. Well, it got stirred up all again during Barack Obama's presidency. And I started doing research about, I saw that it was the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, that was, chartering all these buses for these protests. I've been in the printing business for 30-some years. And whenever I see these thousands of people descend upon a city to protest the government, to protest the cops and all that, they're all showing up with these freshly printed signs and things. That stuff's expensive. People, that was an organized movement coming out against police officers, the people that are trying to protect us. I didn't know any racists. I didn't know any white supremacists personally or anything like that. I was baptized and married in a black church by a black preacher. There's not a racist bone in my body. And yet, because anytime I speak against Barack Obama or some things that he was doing, just to voice my opinion, I was called a racist and everything else. I'd be called a racist and homophobe and all that stuff, which is a lie. I've got gay friends. I don't get it. The way they turn so radical, so vehemently anti-American is the way I see it. And what really bothers me the last few years of Barack Obama's presidency, on the run up to the next election, when Hillary was running and Donald Trump, all the poison that was brought forth on the social media platforms and things like that, I'd never seen anything like it. I'd never seen anything like it. After Donald Trump was elected president, we got to understand, Donald Trump being president did not cause the hatred of the left. Donald Trump being elected president, it revealed the hatred of the left. I cannot believe the poison that has come out of this. I've got friends that I've had for 40 years that have they've renounced our friendship because they found out I voted for Donald Trump. And I'm an independent. I'm not even a Republican. I'm a libertarian. My own son wouldn't even speak to me for over a year. And that just broke my heart. Just to see, and the protests, the violent protests that have come about after Donald Trump was elected. I just can't believe it. In this country, to see those things. Just to see people that support the president being attacked physically. All the violence, burning up cars, throwing eggs at people, spitting on people, throwing feces at people, slamming people and macing people. And these Antifa thugs, you don't even want to get me started on those guys. I just can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. I just cannot believe what the Democratic Party has turned into and how they have embraced illegal immigration. I want to tell you something. I've been married to a lovely wife for 10 years. We're getting ready to celebrate our anniversary next week. And she's from another country. She came here legally. And you know what? It took us months of red tape and bureaucracy, filling out of forms stacked this big. And it cost us thousands and thousands of dollars to get her over here. And you know what? She's living the American dream. She cherishes this country. I believe most people in this country, they just want to work and provide for their families and be left alone. But the leftists and the progressives and the Democrats, they won't have it that way. They want to force their nonsensical views and ideas on the American public. That's why people voted for Donald Trump. They wanted to go a different direction. I cannot believe what the Democratic Party has turned into. When I was a kid, I remember when JFK was assassinated. And he was one of my heroes as I grew up. He would be a Republican today. If he saw what was going on, the Democratic Party now, how they've turned into communists, and that's basically been taken over by the communists, the Marxists. Barack Obama, he was mentored by a card-carrying communist, Frank Marshall Davis. I did my research on him before I vote. So anybody, before you vote, at least do your research on your candidates. And I just want you to know that, when he was elected president, there were no protests. There was no violent, racial demonstrations or anything like that. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I see my beloved America has been turned into. Well, my walk-away moment really came after the election of Donald Trump, when I saw the poison and the vitriol and the violence come out, totally revealed of what's in the hearts of these people in this party. It's a shame. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I cannot believe it. Protests, to go on YouTube and see videos of women being assaulted and attacked and disabled veterans being beaten. I just can't believe this stuff in this country, in America. You need to walk away. You Democrats, you need to do some research and understand what the Democratic Party is about and the history. They're the ones with the history of racism and segregation and all that stuff. I can't believe it. The Democratic Party founded the Ku Klux Klan. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But I love America, and I really love this walk-away movement. And you know what? You can walk away. You could walk away and turn your back on things that are anti-American. Things that are against our very heritage and essence of who we are. America, we love each other. We help our neighbors. We work hard. I don't want to see this place turned into a third world country. And if it was up to the Democratic Party, that's what they would do. But that's all I'm going to say. I know I went a little long, but thanks, Brandon, for getting this walkaway movement started. Because people are saying some things that just need to be said. And hopefully you're hearing some things and you're listening. You can walk away. It's okay to walk away.